It was never planned on my behalf to intentionally harm anyone.
Are you telling me that you were shooting a 30-06
Mm-hmm.
that you knew killed animals, and you had gone hunting before, and you knew what a rifle would do
Yes, sir.
to an animal, and certainly you knew what it would do to a person, right?
At the time, I didn't understand the full devastation, but yes, I understand.
Yeah, you'd watch news stories, you'd watch TV, war, and various things. You knew that if somebody was shot with a rifle, it'd kill them, didn't you?
Back then, I didn't understand that, though.
What do you mean you didn't understand it?
Back then, I didn't understand that, I didn't really think all the way through, and I didn't understand that, what I was doing potentially put people in harm, and if they did get killed, they don't come back. I never went to the school that day to kill anyone. If you recall, my 30-06, it hit. Miss Wright got killed, very unfortunately, and one or two other people got hit with 2 bullets. Two of my bullets hit 3 people. The other 3 went in the air, and that's what I meant to do all along. Why the other 2 hit somebody, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And with the 30-06, if you were trying to miss Miss Wright, you could just aim at a wall and miss her, could you not?
More than likely, yeah.
And you didn't do that, did you? You aimed right at her because you hit her.
Not necessarily. I don't remember shooting anybody.
Are you telling us you shot and participated in the killing of 5 people,
mm-hmm.
and you don't remember ever pulling a trigger on a gun?
I don't remember shooting anybody. No, sir. I don't.
Do you remember pulling the trigger on the gun?
The first shot, yeah.
And where were you aiming when you pulled the trigger the first time?
The roof.
The roof.
Mm-hmm.
And why were you aiming at the roof?
Because I wasn't intending to harm anybody.
And why did you change from shooting at the roof to shooting at people?
I don't know.
Having always known that Andrew Golden fired the first shot, he now had to answer for it.
Why did you fire the first shot?
I wanted everybody to go back in. It was a warning.
If you wanted everybody to go back in, why did you throw the fire alarm for them to come out?
It just got into I'm scared, and I didn't...
Well, Mitchell Johnson hadn't shot until you did he?
No, sir.
So until you fired the first shot, there was no shooting to be afraid of because nobody fired yet, right?
No, sir.
So you're the one that started the shooting rampage.
Yes, sir.
Here is what Mitch said about the moments before the ambush began.
When you were sitting there in the ambush site, before the shooting actually started, tell me everything you can remember. Tell me what you said to Andrew and what Andrew said to you before the shooting started.
We really didn't talk much. I do remember telling him that, again, I reminded him, you told me, no one's supposed to get hurt. Just remember that. And, he didn't really say anything. We didn't really talk. There wasn't really much to talk about. I was following where he was. I was following his lead, where he went.
Who determined the ambush site location?
He did.
Did you ask him, why are we setting up this ambush site?
No.
Did you ask him why this place instead of some other place?
No, sir.
Did you know what school buildings you were close to?
Yes, sir.
What school buildings were you close to?
The middle school.
How did you select which person you put the crosshairs on and which person you didn't put the crosshairs on?
I didn't. Again, I don't remember shooting after the first. I don't remember pulling the trigger after the first shot. I remember Andrew shot twice first. I shot once in the air, and I looked, and I seen Natalie get hit in the head. And I don't remember anything else after that besides Andrew coming back to get me, telling me we're on the run.
And here's Drew's version of those same events.
When you went back out to the wooded area, did Mitchell tell you where to get?
Yes, sir.
And what did he tell you to do?
He said, kneel down and pick up a gun. And he said, if you don't start shooting after I shoot, then I'll shoot you.
Start shooting at who? Did he tell you who to shoot at?
No, sir.
What did he tell you to shoot? What did he tell you to do?
He just said start shooting after
start shooting at what? Did he tell you to shoot at people?
No, sir.
And did you understand you were to shoot at people?
No, sir.
Did you think you were supposed to shoot up in the air? Did you think you were supposed to shoot squirrels?
No, sir. I shot at the gym wall in the dirt and in the air.
You shot at the gym wall, dirt, and air.
Yes, sir.
How in the world is it then that you shot Natalie's in the head?
I didn't know that I did.
You didn't know you did it?
No, sir.
Expert marksman, and you didn't know you shot a little girl in the head?
No, sir. I didn't intentionally aim at anyone. I never...
Well, you know where you point a gun and pull the trigger. That's where the bullet's going. You know that, don't you?
Yes, sir.
And you're telling us it just accidentally, coincidentally hit her right in the head.
I never aimed anything.
You're telling us it's purely an accident that bullet hit her right in the head.
I never aimed anything.
They were each asked why they didn't turn each other in, and Mitch responded,
Why didn't you go to either the police or the school officials when you heard Andrew Golden was going to bring guns to the area of the school and start shooting? Why didn't you go to the authorities?
I don't know. One, they already knew. He'd already been suspended once before for that, you know, as far as I recall. Why personally I didn't go, I don't know.
Okay.
It's a good question. I should have.
while Andrew said,
A couple of weeks before, Mitchell said he was going to get even with some people. Did you report that to anybody at school?
No, sir.
Why not?
I didn't believe him. He's not... I just didn't take him serious.
All right. When was the next conversation about doing something come up?
There was a couple in between there.
Where did these conversations take place?
On the bus.
On the way to school or on the way back from school?
Both.
And so after he said it more than once and persisted, did it start to dawn on you he may be serious about this?
No, sir. Like I said, I didn't pay attention.
when these depositions were made, 9 to 10 years had passed since the schoolyard ambush had taken place. Mitchell Johnson shared these last thoughts.
You don't portray yourself as an innocent victim in this shooting incident, do you?
No, sir. Not necessarily, no.
Or do you somewhat portray yourself out to be an innocent victim?
I don't look at myself as a victim. I look at myself as, having done a crime, I paid the price. At that price, I've lost my childhood. At that price, I'm now struggling every single day to support myself because I can't find a job. No one will hire me. I struggle every day that I get people stare me in the face, call me a murderer to my face. But at the same time, I did lose my childhood. It was a choice I made. Okay, and I'm not saying I'm a victim, but I did lose my childhood, and I've lost a lot of valuable time. And as far as getting back on my feet, I'm still not on my feet. I don't have a job,
Had you been rejected by any girls that you had approached at Westside?
Several times, probably.
Did that make you angry too?
It make me angry? I thought they were stuck up, made me angry. I'd laugh at them. I didn't really care, They didn't want to talk to me. That's their loss, not mine, really. That's how I looked at it then.
Is there anything else you want to say on this record while we're on the record, either to me or to the family members that you haven't said that you want to get on the record? Anything at all?
On the record that I'm trying to live my life the best that I can with what I have. Right now, it's not a lot. And again, I'm very sorry that this has happened. I live with this every day of my life. It's never going to go away. That's my actual punishment, knowing that I took an innocent life, knowing that I've caused suffering and pain for somebody else, and that I truly, from the bottom of my heart, am sorry. That I pray that if they believe in God, they believe in the same God that I do, that they understand that, from my heart, I'm sorry. I've asked for my forgiveness, both of them and of God. According to my Bible, the Holy Bible, the Lord's forgiven me. And again, I don't hold any grudges towards anybody. Never, ever will I intend to hurt anybody again, ever. I didn't intend this time. It happened, and I'm really sorry it happened. And I'm trying, again, the best of my ability to get established in life. Society is cruel, especially towards a murderer. And it's just something that I live with every day.
And Andrew Golden said this when asked about remorse.
Now, do I understand you to claim that you feel remorse and regret?
Yes, sir.
And that you are terribly regretful of what happened?
Yes, sir.
Even with all of the information we have, it remains difficult to pinpoint a valid motive for why two young boys planned and carried out an ambush on innocent people they knew. The widow of the slain teacher, Mrs. Wright, remarried and raised their son, along with another. But he said in an interview that he wishes he would have withdrawn from the spotlight and ensuing gun control battle and just lived in anonymity with his family. Mitchell Johnson's family stayed put, and his brother was in the 6th grade at Westside the very next year. A teacher who was injured had him for the 6th grade, remarking how much he looked and acted just like his older brother Mitch. That teacher confronted the boy's mother during a parent-teacher conference, asking if Mitch shot at teachers on purpose that day. She responded that Mitch told her that Andrew had said to kill all of the teachers. Surviving classmates of Mitch and Andrew now congregate and rehabilitate together through a Facebook group. Most suffer long-term issues related to the shooting, including PTSD. Some find it difficult to send their own children off to school every morning. School shooting culture has only intensified since that day in 1998 that changed them and took people they loved. Once Parkland happened, they expressed mixed feelings over how quickly the surviving students put themselves in the spotlight. They understand how fragile the psyche is following a trauma such as the kind they shared. The infamous March on Washington for Gun Control fell on the 20th anniversary of the Jonesboro ambush last year. Most Westside Middle School survivors didn't attend. However, some did gather at a memorial in Jonesboro for the victims, such as Shannon Wright, a married mother of a 2-year-old boy. She had attended Westside Middle School and achieved her dream of teaching there. She also died there when she shielded a 6th grade girl from a hail of mystery bullets. 11-year-old Natalie Brooks, who loved to swim and was scheduled to be baptized the following Sunday. And bubbly 11-year-old Brittany Varner, who loved to play pranks and tell people she loved them. Also lost that day were 12-year-olds Paige Herring, who loved music and basketball, and Stephanie Johnson, a deep thinker who loved animals and shopping for shoes. All lost to adolescent assassins with no good reason. In 2017, $150 million in mostly symbolic damages were awarded to the plaintiff in the civil suit. Although the victims' families understand they'll never really see this money, neither shooter will ever be able to profit from their crime. And even if they started a successful company or won the lottery, neither could ever be rich. Attorney for the plaintiffs Bobby McDaniel felt that Andrew Golden's grandfather, the state game and fish officer, failed at being a responsible gun owner. He was named in the civil suit only to be removed in 2013 following his death. While Mitchell Johnson has spent most of his adult life in federal prison, Andrew Golden, now Drew Grant, was again successfully lying low following his 2008 deposition. It was rumored